I used to dread Wednesdays. I thought they were hump day, but now Wednesday's me and the wordsmith extraordinaire Kel Richards. So it's a good day, isn't it? He joins me now from Sydney. Hey, Kel, we've got some good words from our viewers tonight. Flavoursome. One of our viewers wants to know why we stopped saying flavourful. Flavourful, has turned up. We used to say flavoursome. Help us out.
I actually think this is a really good question, and it points us to the English language moving in the direction of clarity, which I think is fabulous. Flavoursome, they both mean exactly the same thing, filled with flavour, so they're identical synonyms. Flavorsome's the older one from 1853. Flavourful is newer, 1927. And I think a lot of words that end in some are fading away. We still have a few some words. We talk about handsome, awesome, a few words like that. But a lot of the old some words, we used to have words like gladsome and darksome and gamesome and plaguesome, all of which have gone. Now, I think the reason for that is that some suffix is just unclear. It's not really clear exactly what it means. It means filled with, but that's not clear anymore. And if you replace it with the ful suffix, you make it clearer. So flavourful means the same as flavoursome, but it's clearer. So this, I think, is tracking a move in the direction of clarity for the English language, and I think that's good. I think that's okay.
All right, so we like that one. Tick. Ceremony, I didn't know that there was dispute about the pronunciation of ceremony, but I clearly have it wrong.
Well, no, you say it exactly right, Peter. You don't get it wrong at all. It's the Americans who get it wrong. Standard British and Australian pronunciation is ceremony, as you just said. The Americans say ceremony. The thing that alarms me is I'm hearing the American pronunciation more and more often. Particularly, this may be my imagination, but I think particularly sports commentators who have perhaps ceased to be little treasuries of wonderful English, and they're saying ceremony. It's wrong. That's all it is. So don't ever say ceremony. And if you have a friend who says ceremony, correct them. You'll lose all your friends, all right, but you will be right.
There's another one in this vein then, a Caribbean versus Caribbean.
This is interesting because it's not like ceremony. There is no right pronunciation. The ultimate authority, the Oxford English Dictionary, says in Britain you can say either Caribbean or Caribbean. In America you can say either Caribbean or Caribbean. Both are acceptable in both places.
What do you say? What does Kel Richards say?
Oh, I'd say Caribbean because it's what I grew up saying. Isn't that what you'd say, Peter?
That's what I would too.
Yeah, there you are. You've got the Kel and Peter ruling that Caribbean, but this is one where officially, legally, if you like, you can't get it wrong. And it's nice to have a word that you can't get wrong occasionally.
Now, I learnt the meaning of the next word, penultimate, when I was at university, but I am astounded at how often people flounder on this one or it's used incorrectly. Give us the Kel Richards definition.
Penultimate means the second last, the one before the last. People use it to mean ultimate, the end, the final, but that's wrong. It is the one before the last. Comes from two Latin source words, penna, which means nearly, almost, and from ultimate, which means the end, the finish, the last. It's been around since the 1500s. When it first appeared, it was always used to name the second last day of the month. So if you're talking about the final thing, the big thing, it's not the penultimate, because that would be the second last. The big thing is the ultimate, okay? Penultimate, second last, that's what it means.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think, I think the penultimate day on Earth, last day on Earth for the Queen was when she conferred the Prime Ministership on Liz Truss.
Yes, yes.
I'll leave it there. I've got one more, but I'll leave that for next week, Kel. Have a lovely weekend. I'll see you next week.